Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? Well, The Conners just premiered on ABC. And this is, if you don't know, I'm sure everyone knows, last year they had the Roseanne reboot on. A much hyped show, and it did fantastic. And it was really, really funny. Throughout the course of the show, Roseanne Barr, eventually after some episodes and stuff like that, tweeted something that was considered inappropriate and racist and stuff, and then there was a big hubbub, and ABC fired her, and they canceled the rest of the show. And it was a big cash cow for them. The show was, not Roseanne. I think recently now ABC expressed regret for firing Roseanne. And they didn't know what was the history, what's going to happen now, what was about all the actors, all the cast and crew involved with this show, what's going to happen to them. They're all out of jobs. Well, not the cast, because a lot of people, John Goodman didn't get a job anywhere. And so ABC decided to bring back the show without Roseanne, called The Conners. And it just premiered, like I said. Can this show survive without Roseanne? I just saw the show. Everyone on it, all the people on the show are great actors. And basically it started off, they said, well, I can't believe Roseanne passed away, or Aunt Roseanne, or Mom, or whatever, however the character relates to the Roseanne Barr character, the character in the show. And they said that we can't believe she passed away from a heart attack. And then it found, a little later on, they said, Lori said that they got the autopsy report, and it said it was opioid overdose. Because you saw it in one of the episodes, previous episodes, she was hoarding the pills. And she was hiding them around in the pain pills because her knee was bugging her that bad. And they found this one girl, or Mary, somebody was on that, supplying her with the pills, giving her pills. And then Dan put something on his car about this person. He said he wants to file a lawsuit. And then the one lady that saw it, played by Mary Steenburgen, came to talk to Dan about it. And I wanted to see that scene. And they were going back and forth. And he said, you know, Roseanne asked me to do that, and then you saying it makes things any better. And it was really well acted. I was on the edge of my seat during that scene. The humor and stuff like that, I mean, they were revolving around that. With the humor, there was no one really to play off of that much. I mean, Darlene and Becky fought all the time. You know, that was a given. But, I mean, Roseanne was like the main part of the show, and everyone would like, there was like conflict in between her and everyone else. Like her and Dan would disagree, or her and Jackie would disagree politically or whatever. There wasn't that on the show. Some of the jokes worked, and some of the jokes didn't work at all. Especially, there was a part where Jackie was going to put up a coffee maker. She said she wanted to decorate the kitchen. She was talking about chi and all this other. She put it in the middle part of the kitchen, the coffee maker, and she went in this big thing, how they're going to drill this thing, put a pipe up in there, so we're making coffee, like that. And then when started clapping the studio audience, like, that felt really forced. The biggest thing they have going for it is everyone knows the characters and love the characters. And the acting is so good, especially John Goodman. Well, everyone's really good at acting on the show, but they don't have a main focal point. I mean, they talked about Lost, and I think they did a really good job about that, but it's only funny in certain parts. It's not really that funny. I mean, it's very well acted. That's why I was going to give us 8, and then at the very end they did like their own recreation of the opening sequence, and that was lame. So I'm going to give The Conners a 7 out of 10. Will it survive without Roseanne Barr? I don't know. If the show doesn't get any better, maybe not. I mean, it'll probably last at least a season. I'm sure that the ratings will be high at least this season. I mean, at least this episode. The people are curious to see what they're going to do. It wasn't like before they used to have a show. There was a famous case about someone who was fired, and then they replaced him, and then the show went on. And a couple of different things. That was Valerie Harper from the show Valerie. And then on Valerie, she said that she was going to leave, her and her husband / producer of the show, just called Valerie, if she wasn't given more money. And then I guess there was a famous case when 1975, when she was in the show Rhoda, after one season she was going to walk out unless she got more money, and then she actually got more money because of that. But I don't think it kind of worked out on that one a little bit. And then the third season they started holding out for more money, and then Laura Marr just fired him. and then he ended up replacing her with Sandy Duncan. So I think it was like Valerie, then Valerie's family, and then it was the Hogan's family. I can't remember. I remember watching Hogan's Family a lot. Sandy Duncan was really, and then they had Jason Bateman in it too. And then that show ended up working, but I mean, I don't think this show will last. I mean, the basic thing is they have so many talented people behind it. The acting is really good, but I don't think the comedy will work. It seems like something's missing, and that something that's missing is Roseanne. I mean, you have to, social media is becoming a curse for some people, though. And, if you can't overreact so much to fire someone for something like that. I mean, that's what people are saying now, but they said they overreacted. And then Roseanne left creative control, opted out of the show, left creative control to all of them, and left the show completely. I don't know if they're going to end up hiring her back, or I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if the show's going to last more than one season. But I know, talking to some people that said they don't know how the show's going to last. But I give it a 7 out of 10. I thought this episode was good, but I mean, when they did that ending, they did a thing of recreating the opening sequence at the very end of the show. It just didn't work. That's what, because I was going to give it 8, then a 7.5, then a 7. So, I mean, Juliette Lewis is going to be coming out as David's girlfriend and stuff like that, because David's coming back. That might be interesting. I don't know. But I think the show is sorely missing Roseanne. I want to thank my friend Tim Sands for making me a very clever thumbnail. But I hope you like this review. Carnage is okay, but I don't think it's going to last that long without Roseanne, unless it gets funnier. But it seems like it's just missing something. That something's Roseanne. So I hope you like this video, everybody. Until next time, please, take care, my legion.